Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. That's right, officially we did it. I finally have a channel and I'm so excited to have Miss RCLBEAUTY101 as my special guest for my first YouTube channel ever.
I'm so honored.
Today's video is gonna be pretty amazing because I'm gonna be turning Rachel into a catfish. Oh. That's right. In other words, I'll be doing a full glam red carpet look while giving her the ultimate celebrity makeup experience.
Celebrity?
Yes.
I'm gonna get the celebrity experience.
She's gonna get the special red carpet treatment today. But before we get started, we need to do something about this hair situation, girl.
It dried like this. It just happened. We'll fix it.
We'll fix it.
Ready? I look cute.
You look so cute. You look adorable.
She really fixed my hair. And
I surprised myself. I used to do hair back in the day. You're making me do hair. That's insane. I haven't done hair in years. This is probably almost every makeup artist's secret lotion that we like to use in our makeup kit because it just makes your body glow. It gives you such a beautiful glow from within. If you have dry skin, I highly recommend this lotion. I'm gonna go in with a generous amount of the Kiehl's Creme de Corp. So I wanted to give her the full experience, so I even made her find a red carpet dress to wear. So stay tuned for that. I'll have you close your eyes. So I always like to go in with a face mist and just spray generously just to get the face nice and hydrated and prepped. I'm going for more of a glowy skin, so this will really come in handy. I'm gonna be going in with these Skin Iceland eye patches just to kind of cool the under eyes a little bit. I like to let these sit and just chill while we're working. And it also helps prevent any eyeshadow fallout and overall just helps to brighten the under eyes. Going in with the strobe cream in Gold Light. This is one of my all-time favorite OG moisturizers to use because it has this beautiful golden glow to it. And it basically leaves like a nice like glow on the skin. It kind of shines through the foundation like ever so softly. You can also mix it in with your foundation. Skin prep is so important. Not only do you need to be using the right skincare for your skin, but it's also important what you put into your body. So I always recommend that my clients get IV drips the night before a really big day, especially like your wedding. I feel like that's such an important day, but also for red carpet, because you need to be looking and feeling your best. And yeah, we can put on all the moisturizer and the makeup in the world, but it's how your body feels on the inside. And you need to look hydrated all over, not just on your face. You can even take the strobe cream and apply it on the chest as well, on top of the Kiehl's lotion that I use just to give it a little extra glow.
Va-va-voom.
Va-va-voom, if you will. All right, and I'm actually gonna wait to put on the primer. Once we get to foundation, I'll do it right before. I'm also gonna go in and hydrate her lips. She did have a moisturizer on, but I kind of want to give it a little extra hydration. So I'm going in with the Buxom Big O Lip Balm. So I usually do brows at the beginning or the end. It kind of just depends on my mood and what I'm feeling with that makeup, but I basically customize the look for each person. Now taking this P. Louise eyeshadow primer, I'm just gonna base her eyelid with this. I did go in with a little bit of concealer, but I kind of like to mix it sometimes with the P. Louise primer. I'm gonna start off by applying this to her eyelid. I'm gonna bring it up to the crease and basically just blend this into the concealer, but I'm not bringing it all the way up to where the brow hair is. Smoke out her under eye with any eyeshadow. We'll already have a nice base. Ooh, girl, your palette does look good. So we have a bunch of eyeshadow palettes in front of us today. I'm also gonna be using this brand called Arclo. And for those of you that don't know this brand, you are about to learn today. And we have the owner of the brand right here.
I was like trying to figure out how to do like that hair flip when you try to be dramatic, like how, but I was like,
I'm gonna start off with this Dior eyeshadow palette. I will link all the products below. This palette is number 689. On the lid, I'm gonna start off with this beautiful golden tone with a blending brush. I'm taking this champagne gold tone and just kind of patting this halfway on the lid, starting in the inner corner using a blending brush. We basically just want to go for a very warm, soft eyelid. That way we can let the red lip really pop. So from the Arclo palette, I'm going to be using the shade Fuel. And can we take a moment for this palette? It's so good. I feel like we have to do another makeup tutorial using some of the brighter colors.
I'm down.
I recently did her makeup with my left hand. using some of these shades. So head on over to her page to check out a review on Arclo products.
Oh yeah.
crazy. All right, going in with the shade Fuel, I'm just gonna start off in the outer corner with a blending brush. And I'm just starting on the lower lash line and softly bringing this up to the crease. This makes such a great transition shade because it's really soft. And I think it's really important to always start with those lighter tones before you go in with any dark shades, because that way you can kind of build and layer a lot easier. I'm also taking this up to the brow and just blowing this out to make a more swoopy shape.
Swoopy.
So using the same shade, I just started sweeping this back and forth to really contour the inner corner of her eye, bringing this into the eyebrow hairs and softly into the sides of the nose. And when we do foundation, I'll be very mindful of how I go around this. Okay, I'm also gonna use this shade from the KKW Mario collection. This is Glam King. It's a really beautiful warm brown tone that I'm gonna start sweeping across the lower lash line. And I'm using a more tapered blending brush. So I'm just being mindful of how much product that I put. I want it to be warm, but I don't need to use a ton of eyeshadow because this product is very pigmented. And I still want the look to be soft. So using the same shade, New York City to LA, I'll have you look up, and I'm using a small shader brush, and I'm just gonna kind of swoop this around her under eye. And we left the space out here where I placed the Skin Iceland patches.
Smart.
So it's very smart, right?
Now she can do it all.
It doesn't smoke it out too much. It just leaves kind of like this nice glow underneath your mascara. So for eyeliner, I'm gonna be using 2 shades. In the waterline on the bottom, I'm gonna use this Pearly Bronze 466 by Dior. And on the top, I'm just gonna smoke out a little bit of this brown liner from KKW Beauty in the shade Brown. It's so good.
I've never used it before. I'm excited.
I'm all about the KKW Beauty products.
I've
The
been wanting to
formula
try
is
it.
amazing. I'm kind of bringing it underneath the lashes too. So it's basically like in the waterline pretty tight, but also right underneath the lashes. On the top, I'm gonna have you close your eyes for me and I'll turn you this way. And I'm just gonna take this brown KKW liner and just start smudging this along the lash line. So I just went in using the darker shade from the Dior palette, using the same brush to smoke out her under eye. Close for me. And I just went over the KKW liner just to set it and kind of make it a little more intense and rich. So now I'm gonna remove these and for primer, I'm using the Dewy Skin Primer from Cover FX, and I'm just gonna start working this in with the pads of my fingers right in the T-zone. I really like this one for red carpets because it leaves a nice glow on the skin and it's very hydrating at the same time, and a little goes a long way, so you really don't need a lot of this product. So as you can see, I'm just kind of placing it in the areas where we kind of want the makeup just to stick a little bit more. So usually like around the nose, also the chin, smile lines. For foundation, I'm gonna go in with Pat McGrath's Skin Fetish Foundation. This is such a great foundation to use if you want more of like a natural glow. It feels very lightweight on the skin. It basically just looks like second skin, which is why I love it. I always like to bring this down to the neck and chest a little bit. We could do a little bit of body makeup or you could do foundation. And I'm just starting on her jawline and really working my way up. You'll see me use a few different techniques while doing pretty much any feature on the face. I like to sweep back and forth to sheer products out, and then I'll go in and stipple the brush just to kind of give it a little more color payoff and make it more opaque in some areas. Sometimes you even need to bring foundation all over the ear, behind the ear, especially if it is an updo style and your skin is lighter behind your ear. Whenever you're on the carpet, you're usually getting shot from every angle, so you have to make sure that you have foundation usually in all the weirdest places. So for contour, I'm gonna be going in with this product from Chanel. I like to use this on skin tones that are more on the light fair side. It goes on very soft and it kind of sets a little bit more matte, which is why I like it. So I'm just gonna start off on the tops of the cheeks. If you're ever not sure where to place your contour, you can just hold the brush at the top of the ear, smile for me, and you can softly kind of bring this into the apples of the cheeks.
It smells good.
So I always like to go in and just like stipple the brush to really build up the product. And then I'll go in and sweep back and forth. You can always go back with a little bit of foundation on a beauty blender and just soften up the jawline. And this just makes it look more seamless. So I'm just taking my brush, this is a flat synthetic hair brush, and I'm just using a little bit of product and just bringing this in a downward direction, using the beginning of her eyebrow as a guide. So using the same brush that I used to contour her nose, I'm gonna take a little bit of this product And I'm just gonna create a line going down the bridge of her nose. And we're just gonna let this sit for a second. I like to let it oxidize. It'll leave such a beautiful highlight that'll look natural down the bridge of her nose. A little goes a long way. I don't like to overdo it with concealer. You just want to apply it in all the places that you need a little bit more coverage. So I always like to go around the nose. This is an area where most of us tend to be a little bit more red in this area, so I do like to make sure it's concealed properly. I'm using a concealer brush from Marc Jacobs. This is a great brush to blend your concealer out with. It's really soft on the skin. So I'm just taking a beauty blender and I'm just blending over the area where I placed a little concealer on her forehead just to bring back some light. So I'll have you look up for me. I'm gonna put a drop right in her eye. I'm gonna also put some right here just to lift. And I'm just taking the brush and I like to start off by stippling it into the skin just to build up the coverage and the color payoff. And I'm just softly sweeping this right on top of the contour. And I'm just gonna use the Beauty Blender to lightly etch around this eyeshadow shape. So now I'm gonna blend out the nose. And now we're gonna set. I typically like to go in and set the under eye with powder right after I've concealed each side. You can always go back and do it, but that's just a technique that I like to do. I find that it works really well for me and it also prevents the creasing from happening. I use so many different translucent powders in my kit. You can honestly never have enough. I like to mix and blend them all together, but I feel like for this look, I just want to go in with the light shade. This is by Pat McGrath. It's a very smooth, finely milled powder. So I'm really focusing on the T-zone with this powder, so everything right here, and of course where the smile lines would lay. And I'm basically just stippling the brush just to push the product in. I find that if you sweep too much back and forth and you put too much pressure on the brush, you'll actually move the foundation and the powder off of the skin. So be really mindful of your placement and how much pressure you're putting on the face. And again, like I said, I customize every single look to each person and their skin type. Everyone is different. You know, you really have to ask those questions before you start and find out what your client's skin is like and really do what's best for you. I went with a concealer that has a nice long wear to it. It does give great coverage from it. I'd say it's more like medium buildable with the Pat McGrath concealer. Now taking Skinny Dip highlighter, I'm gonna bring this down at the bridge of the nose just to add a little highlight. A little goes a long way with this product, so I kind of like to make it an intense line to start off with, and then I like to go in and blend it out with my finger. Kind of like patting and really pushing this in. The warmth of my body heat definitely melts this into the skin really nicely. I think I'm also gonna use this on the inner corner of your eyes as well, so using the same brush, look up for me. Just to add a little bling in the inner corner of the eye. Very pretty. I feel like adding highlighter to the inner corners of your eye just makes it pop. So I'm just taking a little translucent powder and I'm softening up these edges of the eyeshadow. So using the Everyday Vacay Mist from Ciate, I'm gonna take this Patrick Toff brow wax and just spray this. And we are gonna softly laminate your brows. I basically activated the product with a little bit of setting spray and I'm just making upward strokes. And it can look a little bit white when you apply it, and that's all right. But you just wanna be mindful that you don't get it all the way on the skin because it is a wax and it will dry. So for bronzer, I'm gonna go in with Buxom Staycation Vibes Primer Infused Bronzer. This is the shade Rooftop Tan. So this is really great to use on light skin tones to more medium skin tones. And to prevent your contour from looking muddy, because nobody wants that.
It's true.
It's true. You want to go in and make sure you're stippling the brush, and if you are going to sweep it, just softly like this. Yeah. That will prevent any holes in your bronzer. Try it. Let me know, guys.
Smart.
I promise you it will work.
I'm going to start doing that.
Yes, it's so good. You also want to make sure that you bronze up the ear and put makeup in any area that you think you're going to need it. So I want the cheeks to look super glowy, so I'm gonna go in with a cream blush. This one is also by Ciate. It's their Dewy Blush Glossy Cheek Tint. So I'm gonna apply it with a brush. See how once you blend it out, it's just really, really soft. So you're more on the fair skin, so I feel like this is gonna be perfect. Smile for me. So I'm just having her smile and I'm brushing this on the tops of the cheeks. Look up. I do feel like the sponge can absorb too much of the glow, so it just kind of depends on the consistency that you want. So I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder in Soft Brown. I'm just gonna use a little bit of this product because you already have beautiful brows. I don't need to do too much, but my goal is just to make soft strokes of hair. So I just curled her lashes. I'm gonna go in with some mascara. This one is by Kevin Aquan. It's the curling mascara, and I like the size of the wand. So just starting from the base of the lashes, and I'm just applying this in an upward direction, trying to coat each and every lash. We're gonna do some individual lashes. I'm gonna kind of keep this on the outer corner of your eye. I like to use a few different types of individual lashes, so you'll see me use Ardell in the mediums and also for the shorts. I didn't have Ardell today. I also like these lashes. These are from a store in LA called Namies. Individual lashes just customize the whole look. For the lip, I want it to be a really rich red lip, so we're gonna go in with a KKW Beauty Lip Liner in Red 3. And for the lip, I'm gonna use a Buxom lipstick. These are their full force plumping lipsticks, so it's gonna feel a little tingly on the lips and plump you up. And we're gonna use this red shade here. I depotted mine just to make it easier for me, but the shade is called Powerhouse. I'm just gonna follow the natural shape of her lips to start with, and then I may overdraw right in the center. So I just took a little bit of the lipstick and I'm gonna apply it with this brush, and I'm just gonna start in the center of her lips and start patting this in. You can see this is a really rich red lipstick, and it definitely has a nice shine to it. So it's gonna be really moisturizing and hydrating on the lips. We need to add a little gloss to the center of your lips. So I'm gonna use this Arclo gloss. Ooh, and this is in the shade Infrared. So I just wanna apply it directly in the center of the lips just to add a little bit of a shine. So this is the finished look, and Rachel hasn't seen it yet.
Intentionally haven't seen it. Oh, I'm scared.
You look so beautiful. Well, I'm so excited for you to look, so take a peek. Yes, queen.
I'm so sexy.
So glam.
Ooh.
So glam right now.
Ooh. She said, hey.
A few minutes later.
So, do I look like a catfish? Do I look like the same person?
You look so beautiful. I'm obsessed. We're about to go do a full-on photo shoot. But before we do, I want to let you guys know that I will be linking all the products down below if you're curious to know any products that I used. And if you like this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Can't like touch my lips.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I don't even look like the same person. I'd date me, yeah. Yeah, why not? She's hot.
So much prep goes into red carpet glam. Not only does the makeup need to be flawless, glowing, and last all day, it needs to complement the hair, outfit, and accessories. I always plan ahead and put together a mood board for my clients so they feel confident in the look that I'm creating. The app that I use to make mood boards is called Plotboard, and I will link that app below.